The Peloponnesian War. A complete story. The Peloponnesian War, 431 to 404 BCE, was a devastating conflict between Athens and Sparta, the two most powerful city-states in ancient Greece. This prolonged war, fought across decades, involved the entire Greek world and ultimately marked the end of Greece's golden age. The war's story is one of ambition, strategy, and destruction, chronicled famously by the historian Thucydides. Origins of the conflict. The roots of the Peloponnesian War lay in the aftermath of the Persian Wars, 499 to 479 BCE. Athens emerged as a dominant naval power, leading the Delian League, an alliance of city-states initially formed to protect against future Persian threats. Over time, Athens turned the Delian League into an empire, using its navy to enforce its will and amass wealth. This growing Athenian power alarmed Sparta, which led the Peloponnesian League, a coalition of land-based city-states centered in the Peloponnese. Tensions between Athens and Sparta escalated throughout the 5th century BCE, fueled by disputes over trade, territory, and political influence. The immediate spark for the war came in 433 BCE, when Athens allied with Corcyra, modern Corfu, a colony of Corinth, a key member of the Peloponnesian League. This alliance and subsequent Athenian aggression toward Corinth set the stage for open conflict. The Archidamian War, 431 to 421 BCE. The first phase of the Peloponnesian War, known as the Archidamian War, began in 431 BCE. Sparta, under King Archidamus II, launched annual invasions of Attica, the region surrounding Athens, aiming to weaken the Athenians by destroying their crops and resources. Athenian strategy. The long walls. Athens, led by its charismatic general and statesman Pericles, adopted a defensive strategy. Rather than meeting the Spartans in open battle, the Athenians relied on their superior navy and the protection of the long walls, fortifications that connected Athens to its port, Piraeus. This strategy allowed Athens to supply itself via the sea and avoid direct confrontation. The Plague of Athens. In 430 BCE, a devastating plague struck Athens, killing a significant portion of its population, including Pericles. The loss of leadership and manpower weakened Athens, but the city continued to resist Spartan attacks. Despite the plague, the Athenians launched naval raids along the Peloponnesian coast, demonstrating their resilience. The Battle of Pylos and Sphacteria, 425 BCE. One of the most significant events of this phase was the Athenian victory at Pylos, a Spartan territory. Athenian forces, led by Demosthenes, captured a strategic position and trapped Spartan soldiers on the island of Sphacteria. After a siege, the Spartans surrendered, an unprecedented event that shocked the Greek world and boosted Athenian morale. The Peace of Nicias, 421 BCE. After years of stalemate, both sides agreed to a truce known as the Peace of Nicias. This treaty aimed to restore the status quo, but tensions persisted, and the peace proved fragile. The Sicilian Expedition, 415 to 413 BCE. During the uneasy truce, Athens embarked on an ambitious and disastrous campaign to expand its influence. In 415 BCE, Athens sent a massive expedition to Sicily to support its ally Egesta against Syracuse, a Spartan ally. The campaign was led by Alcibiades, Nicias, and Lamachus. Early success and catastrophe. Initially, the Athenians made progress, but the expedition soon fell into disarray. Alcibiades, accused of sacrilege in Athens, defected to Sparta. Nicias, left in command, hesitated and failed to capitalize on early advantages. The Spartans sent reinforcements to Syracuse, and the Athenian forces were eventually trapped and annihilated in 413 BCE. This catastrophic defeat severely weakened Athens. The Ionian War, 413 to 404 BCE. The final phase of the Peloponnesian War, known as the Ionian War or the Decisive War, saw a shift in the balance of power. Sparta, with Persian financial support, built a navy to challenge Athens's maritime dominance. Spartan occupation of Decilia. In 413 BCE, Sparta occupied Decilia, a strategic location near Athens. This occupation cut Athens off from its silver mines and countryside, further straining the city's resources. Naval battles and shifting alliances. The Spartans, under commanders like Lysander, achieved significant naval victories, including the destruction of the Athenian fleet at the Battle of Notium, 406 BCE. Athens's allies began to rebel, and its empire crumbled under the pressure of Spartan and Persian attacks. The Battle of Aegospotami, 405 BCE. The decisive blow came in 405 BCE at Aegospotami. The Spartan fleet, led by Lysander, surprised and destroyed the Athenian navy, leaving Athens defenseless. With its fleet gone, Athens could no longer import grain or defend its empire. The fall of Athens, 404 BCE. In 404 BCE, Athens surrendered to Sparta. The terms of surrender were harsh. Athens had to dismantle its long walls, disband its navy, and become a Spartan ally. The once mighty city-state was reduced to a shadow of its former self. Aftermath and legacy. The Peloponnesian War marked the end of the Golden Age of Greece. Sparta emerged as the dominant power, but its victory was short-lived. The war left the Greek world fragmented and weakened, paving the way for the rise of Macedonia under Philip II and Alexander the Great. The conflict also had a profound impact on culture and philosophy. Thucydides's account of the war remains a seminal work of historical analysis, offering insights into the nature of power, politics, and human behavior. The Peloponnesian War serves as a timeless reminder of the destructive consequences of ambition and discord.